The real is that which is true and not false. Every person has a true heart. If the true heart strays, however, then it becomes untrue to its own nature. Every person has a true intention, but if the true intention strays, it becomes untrue to its own nature. Every person has a true feeling. When the true feeling strays from the original nature, it becomes untrue. An intention that originates from the true heart is true intention. The intention that is calculating and scheming is untrue. A feeling that originates from the true heart is true feeling. Feeling that has self-importance in it is untrue. What is the true heart? The true heart is original nature. The true heart tends toward goodness. Feeling and intention originate from the true heart. If the heart is true, the feeling and intention will be true. Cultivating the true heart is cultivating original nature. Original nature is the manifestation of the natural way of heaven. Many who claim to cultivate the Tao still possess egotistical thoughts. Where there is ego, the true heart cannot emerge. It is only in stillness and the absence of craving that original nature can be cultivated. Those who seek the Tao must begin with acknowledging the difference between true and untrue feeling, true and untrue intention. If you know the difference, then you will know the true heart. Intention and feeling can be known by observing the behavior in your daily life. If your actions are not sincere, then true feeling is absent. If your words are false, then true intention is absent. If you want to cultivate the Tao, you must eradicate attachments. Then lead true intention and true feeling astray. Let original nature, rather than your ego, guide your actions. Do not waver in your pursuit of goodness. Then your true heart, true feeling, and true intention will emerge, and you will not be far from the Tao. These are the teachings of the real truth. Immortal Li then taught one the methods of erecting the foundation, positioning the cauldron and the stove, starting the fires, and gathering the herbs and sealing the container. One bowed low and thanked the immortals many times. Immortal Li then said to him, "After you have attained the Tao, you should go to Shandong province and gather the 7 disciples who are destined to be guided by you to the Tao. Remember the 7 golden lotus flowers entrusted to your care." The 2 immortals were transformed into a beam of bright light and disappeared. One stood deep in thought for a long time, until he heard footsteps behind him. He turned and saw 2 of his servants running toward him, saying, "When the mistress found that you had been gone all day, she sent us looking for you. She was afraid you might have run into danger. "Master, please come home with us now so the mistress will not be worried." Wang followed the servants home, pondering the words and instructions of the true immortals. Arrived at the mansion, Wang went immediately into his study and closed the door. His wife, hearing that her husband had returned, went to the study and found Wang sitting silently and deep in thought. She spoke to him gently. "Husband, you were away all day, wandering about aimlessly. If your strange behavior is noticed by the people of the village, you will lose your reputation and be the life of the town. What am I to do?" All this time, Wang was thinking about Immortal Li's instructions regarding internal alchemy. He was totally unaware of his wife's presence until he heard her say, "What am I to do?" Startled, Wang stared at his wife and mumbled, "What am I to do? What am I to do?" Seeing Wang confused and unlike his normal self, his wife silently left the room. When Wang was alone, he said to himself, "If I am disturbed like this all the time, how will I find the concentration and time to practice internal alchemy? I need to come up with a plan to isolate myself from the mundane affairs of the world." He thought for a long time and finally devised a plan. Pretending to have suffered a stroke, he acted as if he had lost his memory and speech. He uttered nonsense and groaned frequently as if he were in pain. Often he would simply lie on his bed, staring at nothing. Seeing Wang's condition, his wife was worried and upset. She asked some of Wang's closest friends to visit, hoping that they might discover what had happened to her husband. As soon as Wang's friends saw him, they asked about his condition. Wang shook his head, groaned again, waved his arms about, and sighed. When his friends saw that Wang had trouble speaking, they agreed that he was ill. One of the friends, an elderly gentleman, said, "I'm afraid our friend must have had a mild stroke. It appears that he has lost his speech and his memory. I know of a famous doctor from a village east of here who might be able to cure him. We should invite the doctor to come here and have a look at Master Wang's condition." Hearing this, Wang's wife immediately sent a servant to accompany the doctor to the Wang mansion. The doctor examined Wang and found that his pulse was normal and that there were no signs of illness except for Wang's strange behavior. Finally, the doctor said, "Master Wang has suffered a mild stroke. I shall prescribe some medicine for him. He should recover soon."